Welcome back to the program. Joining me now is Stephannie Baker. She is the Emerge Arkansas Executive Director. Stephannie, welcome and good to be with you.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Let's tell everybody who is not familiar with Emerge Arkansas what this organization does. You work to elect Democratic female candidates to political office. Tell me a little bit more about that and what are the origins of Emerge?
Sure. So Emerge has been around for quite a while. It's a national organization with chapters in 27 different states. And we exist basically to upend the underrepresentation that we currently see. As you know, women are 51% of the population and less than a quarter of our elected leaders. And we think if we want a truly representative democracy, that we need to get rid of that abysmal number and increase the number of women who are in those positions of political leadership. And Emerge, our answer to helping do that is to literally increase the pool of qualified women candidates who are running for office.
Just out of curiosity, where does your funding come from? Do you spend your time as executive director asking people for donations?
Sure, there's that, definitely. That is part of my job as executive director, is to make sure that we are sustainable and to fundraise from people who are invested in our shared mission of seeing equal representation. We also get funding from the national pool. There are organizations who are interested in helping us do our work because the research bears out that when women are elected, they tend to get more done. They tend to have more transparency. They tend to pass more bills. They tend to be held more accountable to their constituents. They have more communication. They bring home more dollars for their home districts. So there's a lot of reasons that we should want to have equal representation.
I don't have to tell you, just looking at the numbers, you've got not much further down to go. You've got certainly a lot of room to improve there. There's 9 statewide and congressional Democratic female candidates that I think have filed for office, none currently in office. And then in the legislature, I don't know the exact numbers of candidates, but there's only 13 elected Democratic females out of 135 state senators and state representatives. You got your work cut out for you. What's going to be your markers for success this election cycle?
So I'm not focused just on this election cycle. I came into this job in December. Emerge as an organization in Arkansas hasn't been around very long. They had their first training program in 2019. I will say we do have 4 of those electeds who are Emerge alumnus in our state legislature. So I'm proud of the work that we're doing. My focus is really on the long game. I'm in this for sustainability, for changing the face of politics in Arkansas, for repowering those political structures. And you start by just starting now. So I'm not going to stop working in this election cycle. I'll be working 365 days a year, non-election years as well, going into these communities, seeing the women who are already stepping up, the women who are already serving in leadership capacities in their community, who have trust in those communities, and reminding them that they have political power and a political voice as well. And then what we do is provide them with the training for how to actually run a campaign, the nuts and bolts of campaigning in Arkansas, so that they can be more successful when they decide to make that run.
And you have a workshop coming up to talk about that training. I'm going to let you spill the details on
Sure.
When and where all that takes place, how someone can get engaged, and what will someone gain from attending this upcoming workshop?
So we have 2 different training programs. We have our signature program, which is our long form program. It's about 70 hours of instruction spread out over several months. That one won't be happening until 2023 here. In response to the candidate needs, we've also created what we call our boot camp, candidate boot camp experience. That's what we're promoting right now. That is intended for women who are running this cycle or perhaps in 2023. So they need to be have declared their candidacy already or with a plan to do so very shortly if it's school board or something like that. And it's all of the same topics, but obviously a very fast and furious attenuated version of that. This is about 27 hours of instruction. And it's a pretty intense week. And we ask that the women come ready to learn, ready to engage, ready to participate, and ready to absorb that information. And what we do is we go through step by step all the things they need to think about when forming their campaign plan, everything from messaging, how to deal with media, fundraising, budgets, hiring staff, field plans, all of that. And the way we bring that training to them is by connecting them with expert consultants in each field to deliver that information in each of those sections.
All right. And for someone that wants to participate, obviously a Democratic female candidate, where do they go for information?
So women and femme identifying candidates who are running for office and who embody democratic ideals, you don't have to be running for a partisan position, but who share our values. You can go actually to the emergeamerica.org, the national website, and click on the bootcamp candidate training. That'll take you right to the information about it. That'll take you to the application. Applications are due by March 15th, which is my birthday. So I'll take it as a personal birthday present for all of you guys who apply. That'll be lovely. And then we'll start the candidate selection. I have a committee that will go through the applications, and we'll decide who gets to come to this wonderful training opportunity, who can use the information and the resources the best. The actual training will take place virtually this year, April 23rd through May 1st.
All right, Emerge Arkansas Executive Director Stephannie Baker, thank you for your time today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, that is all for this edition of Talk Business and Politics. I'm Roby Brock. We'll see you next time.